All right, so in the previous lesson, we learned how a graph, quadratic, moved left, right, up, down. Now we're going to talk about it being stretched, meaning basically it gets narrower because you're going to stretch it, so it's going to get narrower, versus compressed. If you push down on something, it squishes it, which kind of makes it wider. So we're looking at it being stretched and compressed, so pushing down on it versus pulling it up and down. So we have this graph, g of x equals ax squared, is the graph of that parent function x squared. Notice that there is a coefficient in front of x squared now. That coefficient, that leading coefficient, is going to tell us whether we stretch it or compress it. So if the absolute value of a is greater than 1, then we have stretched vertically. If the absolute value is between 0 and 1, then we compress it. Okay, so we need the absolute value. So let's look at part A, part A. Describe how the graph is related to the parent function. So we have h of x is equal to 1/2 x squared. So the absolute value of 1/2 x, or 1/2, is 1/2. So that is between 0 and 1. So a is equal to 1/2, which is between 0 and 1. So because it's between 0 and 1, it is compressed. Okay, so then all we need to say then for this is the graph h of x equals 1/2 x squared is compressed vertically. And that's it. Because it's really not a matter of like how much it's compressed, it's just compressed, and we know it's compressed because of the coefficient 1/2, because it's between 0 and 1. So we just need to say that it's compressed vertically. So in B, describe how the graph of each function is related to, there's a couple things going on here if you take notice. Don't forget we have this k out here, we can't just forget about it. That is being applied to this as well as the coefficient 3. So what I make note of is that the absolute value of a, which is 3, so the absolute value of 3 is 3, and then we also have a k, which is 2. So then we would say the graph g of x equals 3x squared plus 2 is this time stretched vertically, and that's from our a, and translated, so make sure we're using the correct vocab terms here, and translated to units up, because the k moves it up or down. And again, you could go and type this into your calculator and you could see what happens. So for example, I'll do the first one. So we go through, we have our first equation, y equals that parent function. Come down here, clear the second one. Alpha y equals, and put a fraction in. So then I type in 1 over 2, and then x squared, and then I graph it. So there's the first one, and then there's the second one. Notice that the red line is wider, which means I'm pushing down on it to make it wider. So if you think about it, you're pushing down on it, it's going to make it wider. And then for the other one, y equals, if we get rid of this second one, clear, it was 3x squared, I believe it was plus 2. So if we graph that, there's your parent function in blue. And then there you noticed it got narrower. So we're going to stretch it. We're going to not only move it up, but then we're going to stretch it vertically. All right, so let's see what else we got here. So the graph of negative f of x is the reflection of the graph f of x equals x squared across the x-axis. So it reflects it. So when we have the negative a, we're going to also reflect it. So there's a bunch of stuff that can happen with these translations. if we have the graph of f of negative x, so that negative is in there, it is the reflection of the graph f of x across the y-axis, and basically it's just the original parent function and then reflected. So study tip, a reflection of f of x equals x squared across the y-axis basically results in the same function, because f of negative x would equal negative x squared, and when you take negative times a negative, you're going to get that positive back. So that's why it results in the same function. So describe how the graph of each function is related to the graph f of x equals x squared. So let's see here. We have a negative out in front. So we have a is equal to, there's a couple things here. A is a negative, and it's also -2. So we're looking here at a reflection. The 2 is going to tell me that it is stretched vertically because it's greater than 0. We also have this negative k here, or plus a -3 if you want to think of it that way. So our k is equal to -3. So we have 3 things going on here. So the graph f of x equals -2x squared minus 3, okay, is reflected across the x axis. Some more room here. Is reflected across the x-axis, is stretched vertically, and translated 2 units down. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure we're using those vocab words: reflected, stretched, translated. We want to use those vocab words. In B, let's see what's going on here. We have a negative, so let's start there. The graph, I'm going to run out of room. The graph f of x equals -4 parenthesis x plus 2 quantity squared plus 1 is reflected across the x-axis. That takes care of the negative. Stretched vertically. That takes care of the +4. Now inside here of that, I need it to be x minus -2 because I need that x minus h. H is a negative, which means it's translated 2 units to the left. So that takes care of inside there. And then I notice that I have a positive k. K is 1. And translated 1 unit up. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. So watch out. The graph of f of x equals -x squared can result in 2 transformations of the graph f of x equals x squared. A reflection across the x-axis if a is greater than 0, and either a compression or expansion depending on the absolute value of a. So you really need to be careful with that. There's a lot of things going on there. A quadratic function written in the form f of x equals a parenthesis x minus h quantity squared plus k is said to be in vertex form. You need to know this. Write this down on your formula sheet. Write vertex form, and then you need to have that equation right there. You're going to need to know it. Transformations of the parent function or parent graph are easily found from that equation form. Remember, in those things, I was going right back to that equation. I was making sure that it was x minus h plus k. H, horizontal translation, h units to the right. If h is positive, we kind of already have gone over that. So So this is just a concept for you to remember, and then a reflection again if A was greater than 0. A dilation, we didn't talk about much, but if the absolute value of A is greater than 1, the graph is stretched vertically. Or I'm sorry, we did talk about that. We stretch it, it's called a dilation. And then if it's between 0 and 1, it's compressed. So just notes for you to have to look back on.